The Civil Disobedience Movement in Odisha. The Civil Disobedience Movement formed another landmark in the nationalist movement in Odisha. The Lahore session of the INC, held in December 1929, declared complete independence as its goal to be achieved by civil disobedience. The 26th January 1930 was celebrated as the Day of Independence by the Congressmen of Odisha, and at Cuttack, Gopbandhu Chaudhary read out the Declaration of Independence. During this time, some congressmen of Odisha resigned from the Bihar and Odisha Legislative Council and Central Legislative Assembly in order to take part in the civil disobedience movement. Beginning of civil disobedience movement in Odisha. Gandhiji initiates the Salt March from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi on 12th March 1930, violating British salt laws. Odisha Congress leaders Gopbandhu Chaudhary and Harikrishna Mehtab plan a similar agitation in Odisha to violate the salt laws. In March 1930, Utkal Provincial Congress Committee decides to launch the civil disobedience movement in Odisha by manufacturing contraband salt at Inchudi near Balasore, with Gopbandhu Chaudhary organizing the movement. Harikrishna Mehtab and Surendranath Das mobilize villagers in surrounding villages of Inchudi to participate in the salt agitation. On 6 April 1930, Gopbandhu Chaudhary, Acharya Harihar Das, and 21 Satyagrahis start a foot march from Swarajya Ashram in Cuttack to Inchudi in Balasore. Gopbandhu Chaudhary is arrested on 8 April 1930 at Chandol for addressing a meeting in Cuttack on 23 March 1930. Acharya Harihar takes over as the next commander of Satyagrahis. On 12 April 1930, Satyagrahis led by Acharya Harihar reach Inchudi, and more Satyagrahis from various parts of Odisha join them. Despite police oppression, the Satyagrahis manufacture contraband salt in Inchudi on 14 April 1930. Acharya Harihar, associates, and Surendranath Das are arrested, but the manufacturing of salt continues despite police oppression. On 20 April, women led by Ramadevi and Malati Devi participate in the Salt Satyagraha at Inchudi, which is highly successful and considered second only to Gandhi's Satyagraha at Dandi. Salt Satyagraha in different places of Odisha. The credit for arranging this Salt Satyagraha goes to the local Congress leader of Balasore, Surendranath Das. This contraband salt was manufactured in other places of Odisha like Sartha, Balasore district, Kujang, Cuttack DLSTRLCT, Kuhudi, Singheswari and Latra, Puri district, and Huma, Ganjam district. The Satyagraha at Sartha was organized by Mathura Mohan Behera, Karunakar Panigrahi and Nilambar Das. In the Puri district, Nilkantha Das and Jagannath Rat organized the Salt Satyagraha. In the Ganjarn district, the Satyagraha was led by Biswanath Das, Niranjan Patnaik and Sarla Devi. At Kujang, led by Rani Bhagyavati Devi of the Kujang royal family, 500 women took part in the manufacturing of contraband salt. The civil disobedience was also carried on in other forms such as boycott of the foreign cloth, picketing before the excise shops, refusal to pay chowkidari tax, and spread of khadi. School and college students actively participate in the civil disobedience movement. Volunteers face physical harassment from the police, but manufacturing of contraband salt continues with the support of the common people. Government arrests and imprisons leaders, including H.K. Mehtab and Gopbandhu Chaudhary, who are sentenced to 18 months of rigorous imprisonment. Congress offices and ashrams are seized in connection with the civil disobedience movement. End of civil disobedience movement in Odisha. Gandhi-Irwin Pact on 5 March 1931 leads to the discontinuation of the civil disobedience movement, and Congress decides to participate in the second session of the Round Table Conference in London. Many Congress leaders and volunteers in Odisha are released from jail following the agreement, and they receive a heroic reception in Balasore and Cuttack. Gandhi returns from the Round Table Conference in December 1931, and the Civil Disobedience Movement resumes in Odisha and the rest of India. British government responds with repressive measures, including arresting Congress leaders and seizing Congress offices in Puri, Cuttack, Sambalpur, and Balasore districts. Congressmen like Surendranath Das, Nilambar Das, Binod Kanungo, and Surendranath Patnaik continue underground movement in Odisha due to the repressive measures. However, the Civil Disobedience Movement is suspended by Mahatma Gandhi on 7 April 1934, and it cools down in Odisha as well. During the period from 1934 to 1940, the Uttal Pradesh Congress Committee and Congress workers in Odisha focus on various constructive programs of Gandhiji, including the Charkha program, abolition of untouchability, Kisan movements, and Harijan movement. In May 1934, Gandhi conducts a Harijan tour in Odisha but does not enter the temple of Lord Jagannath as Harijans in Odisha are denied access to it. Individual Civil Disobedience Movement in Odisha. Ramgarh session of the Indian National Congress in March 1940 decides to launch the Individual Civil Disobedience Movement and emphasizes working on the Gandhian constructive program while not cooperating with the British government. Congress volunteers receive training in civil disobedience and the Gandhian constructive program at the Bari training camp. Uttal Pradesh Congress Committee forms 4 departments: Program Department under H.K. Mathab, Harijan Department under Radhakrishna Biswas Roy, Minority Department under Maulana Muhammad Athar, and Charkha Department under a subcommittee. On 27 September 1940, H.K. Mathab is appointed as the General Director of the Individual Civil Disobedience Movement in Odisha, and other Congress leaders are given powers to reorganize the Congress locally. Individual Civil Disobedience Movement in Odisha starts on 1 December 1940 as directed by the Congress High Command. H.K. Mathab is arrested after delivering an anti-war speech in Remuna on the same day, and 9 others are also arrested. Those unable to offer Satyagraha engage in Gandhian constructive work. By the beginning of March 1941, the Individual Civil Disobedience Movement fades away. So, this is the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. To get the note of this video, scan the above QR code or check description to get the link. Thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day.